Hello and welcome to the Galeblade News. People who have had healthcare postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic could be treated at the hospital constructed to help Scotland fight the virus. The £38 million NHS Louisa Jordan was built at the SEC in Glasgow in April, but it has not been needed during the outbreak. Health Secretary Jean Freeman said the facility will help the NHS recover from the effects of the virus response. It will initially be open to some orthopaedic outpatients this month. If the appointments are judged to be clinically successful and patients are satisfied, the hospital could be used to provide a wide range of delayed planned healthcare. Staff training, teaching and exams will also be held in a large building, as there is plenty of space for social distancing. But if it is needed to deal with the second spike of coronavirus, the Scottish Government said it could be ready to accept COVID patients with a few days' notice. More than 27,000 people have not been able to have their planned hospital treatments over the past 14 weeks, according to figures from Public Health Scotland. They were paused along with screening services at the beginning of the coronavirus crisis in a bid to ensure there was enough capacity in the NHS to deal with the pandemic. Some services are starting again, with hip and knee replacements among procedures resuming at the Golden Jubilee Hospital in Clydebank. The Health Minister said the Louisa Jordan could also play a vital role in tackling the backlog as we begin to resume some paused NHS services safely, carefully, and in a series of stages. This national hospital will play an important role in helping our NHS recover by providing planned healthcare for non-COVID outpatients, Ms Freeman said. It will also ensure the sustainability of our NHS workforce as the clinical setting, alongside the ability to maintain physical distancing, will allow undergraduates and postgraduates to carry out training, teaching and examinations, and support training for the wider health and social care workforce in Scotland. By continuing to follow the clear public health advice, we can continue to suppress this virus in Scotland. The Louisa Jordan was built in less than 2 weeks to offer extra capacity to the NHS in dealing with the predicted influx of patients with coronavirus symptoms. A total of 1,036 bed bays were built, and it was initially able to treat 300 patients. It was named after a Glasgow-born nurse who died in Serbia in 1915 during World War I while working in a hospital. So what do you think of this being used as basically a practice hospital? I think personally this is a very good idea. They've already constructed it. It makes it such a shame if they were to just demolish it, rather than what they can do is actually either repurpose it, or in the worst case scenario, if Scotland does have the second spike, it can be used as an emergency measure. And this is kind of, I think, what they should be using for some of the other services. However, I do not believe that this will effectively remain within England. The reason I say that is one of them is where the Excel Centre is, and that is usually used as like an events space, and they have massive events in that environment. So in terms of money, they will definitely be pulling the plug on that one. That's just my opinion on it. Whatever you think, leave your comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe.